of all, he got the most highest all-time record ever.
Get off that man's dick.
Right, he do. Him and Sway Lee. Swally, whatever his name is.
Hey, G, we
good?
we
We've been rolling for like 9 minutes.
So
Okay,
why you do that shit every week, bro?
If I tell you that, oh God, we're rolling on. Hey guys, my name is Al.
Do that shit again.
Everybody getting nervous. Oh God, we're rolling.
I'm shaking.
Yes.
In another one, we floating. Hey, I am. We floating.
So, like I was telling y'all when I first met y'all, I am a certified spiritual life coach with the Kingdom Perspective Institute. I have a bachelor's of arts in psychology and a concentration in behavioral science and behavioral modification. I also have a bachelor's of science in criminal justice and the study of criminology. And I've pretty much been coaching people on trauma. I'm actually releasing a book called Sis, Heal Your Soul. So that book is actually I want to say kind of like an autobiography, because it really talks about my journey from, my childhood, sexual abuse. So I talk about sexual abuse. I talk about my promiscuity, my little whole season.
The whole phase. They call it the whole phase.
I like that. Respect.
But that's crazy. So you got a bachelor in psychology.
I do.
I was finna go to school for psychology.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man, until they told me all the motherfuckers go crazy. And I said, nah, I can't do it because I'm already crazy.
I mean, exactly. So why did you just do it?
Because I listen to them people problem, it might consume me, and I'd be weird as hell. And another thing is, you got a bachelor's in criminology.
That's right.
And I'm a correction officer.
Really?
Yeah, that crazy. I knew you were, my dog.
Okay. That's why we was vibing.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Right. And I could tell, so as I can say, the reason why we have you here, because, the person you are, and then, like you said, she have a story to give our Dirty Laundry family.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
you ain't introduced Amos, though.
I'm happy, man. I'm looking forward to this episode. I think it's going to be a real good one.
Yeah, me too.
Facts.
Exactly.
I feel it. I feel it in my shondo.
In your shoulder.
In my shondo.
What is
Okay.
the
What's a shonda? Yo, G beat me to it. I'm like, what's a shonda?
Is that the thing the dudes you wear in the man purse? Is that
So-
what that is?
No,
Oh,
it's
that's
not.
a goddamn.
It's like your Holy Spirit. It's like
So
your spirit. Like in the church, we call it shondo.
No,
like,
see, but in the
it's
church,
a
when
funny.
I grew up in church too, I used to hear them ladies say, hold on a shonda or some shit.
Yeah, what I'm saying. That's like you speaking
I don't know what
tongues,
they be
right?
saying.
That's tongues?
How
That's
about
like
a
tongue
boo
talk?
boo boo or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that time they had me shaking too. Coming in a Honda.
funny.
So, Coach Kathy, when you first introduced yourself, you had a word. I forgot what you said. Was it pain or what word did you? Trauma. There we go.
Trauma,
There we
yes.
go. We want to give her the opportunity to take off on the views from the set. So yes, give us a good rundown on as far as
well, yeah.
the
Like,
first-
what's your views? Like, what's your opinion or shared opinion that you can talk to the team about, or to to the viewers and listeners at home?
I mean, even just from our little side conversation, me and Al, we were talking about my last relationship. Actually, he was like, "Oh," because I was telling him how I basically messed it up, and he was like, "Well, you are a life coach, and you should have known better. You teach about this stuff." And I want to kind of get out of that mindset of that people who teach stuff are perfect. Because just because I'm a life coach doesn't mean that I'm myself like perfect or that I get everything right all the time. It doesn't work that way. I'm really good at actually analyzing because of my psychology background, other people's behavioral patterns. I can help people kind of dilute and dissolve arguments. And one of the things that I did with my last mentee, she was in an actual really abusive relationship. And
Physically?
Yeah, it was. Well, he never put his hands on her per se,
it was
but
more-
but it was very aggressive. Like it was getting to the point where he could very much put his hands on her, but it was very toxic. You know, he just didn't know how to communicate. He didn't know how to talk. He didn't know how to dialogue. You know, and back to what we were saying, you and me, Al. Like, you know, broken people, when we don't see certain things in our environments, right? We grow up seeing the dysfunction. Like I was sharing with him, I grew up seeing a lot of dysfunction. I only saw my parents fighting. I only saw my parents arguing. I saw my parents almost kill each other, literally. Like I woke up one day and it was Thanksgiving, and my mom had a BB gun and my dad had a knife.
Like, BB gun gonna do something to it. 'Cause when I was little, I shot somebody with a BB gun.
All right, close range. That bit going. All right.
Hey, I shot this dude. I'm telling you for real. I shot him with that damn BB gun. It broke that man fucking ribs, man.
Yeah, it
That
hurt.
you put one in that bit, he done.
Listen, but you know, luckily they didn't kill each other that day. But growing up
That day, so
witnessing
did they
That
eventually end
day.
up killing each other?
No.
Got that right. That day.
She said that day.
That
shit.
day.
that day nobody died.
Oh, so did anybody die?
No,
Okay.
they're both still alive. Thank
'Cause you
God.
about to tell on somebody.
No. Nobody died ever. But just going back to that, you know, that caused a lot of trauma in my life. It caused a lot of brokenness, which in my book, I talk about, you know, daddy issues. I talk about mommy issues, because a lot of times people say, oh, she got daddy issues, you know.
So what? You say you had mommy and daddy issues?
I sure
so
did.
which one affected you the most?
Both of them.
And then again, Coach Cav, what made you interested in being a life coach?
So for me, it was
That's a
just
really good
realizing
question.
that was a really good question. I like that.
Good job.
For me, it was really wanting to kind of solve that problem in our community, because, like I said, you know, we see all of I feel like as Black and Latinos, we didn't grow up seeing certain things. Our parents, and I can only speak for myself, right? My father is a first generation immigrant to this country. He grew up in the streets, and I posted this on my Facebook the other day. He grew up in the streets of Colombia, which is a third world country.
Medellin.
Nah, Cali.
Hurry.
That's one of the most dangerous, actually, cities. And he grew up in the streets of that. So you got a dude who grew up in the streets of a third world country.
So your dad about that shit.
You feel me? I don't want to say, I can't say too much, you know what
Well,
I'm saying?
about
But
that
I can't say too much, you
Yeah,
know,
my
but he retired that lifestyle. He is now
I did.
I'm
he's
in
now
love with that cool.
I can't stand y'all.
Go ahead. Awesome.
But no, like for real, like, you know, he retired that lifestyle. He's an investor now, but he
man.
grew up, he
What
grew
do you
up
invest in?
in real estate.
Thank you.
He
Big
has real
time.
estate.
Yeah, you know what they do with real estate though.
What do you do?
Also,
with
trap
Build
houses.
a tunnel to come right up.
Trap house or something, or
Stop.
G not making it any better.
You know
Hey,
what? We
stash
just don't-
house, chill house.
Hey, y'all don't do Coach Cav
No, we
like
gonna
that.
do it like that.
Don't do
Hey,
it like
I got
that.
a serious question though.
All right,
being
talk
that
to me.
you are a spiritual, you know what I'm saying, life coach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of times in the Black and Latino.
Hold on, now go back. She don't drink or smoke, right?
No.
How long let me finish my question, son.
Yeah, but that was something that was on my mind, you know, since
Well,
early.
I
you
don't
ain't
drink
said
and
when you
smoke.
had the mic then. It's my turn. Shoot.
Okay.
No.
I'm just talking.
Alright.
But
you
no,
know.
seriously. So being that, you know what I'm saying, you're a spiritual life coach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Black and Latino communities, we don't believe in mental health. So
Right.
being that you're a spiritual person, you know what I'm saying, we say, hell, there ain't no such thing as mental health. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Go to God. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
Exactly.
So is that how you feel, or you know?
Heck no. I
Okay.
think that.
So you believe there's people out there with real mental health? I mean, of course, there's people out there with real mental health problems. But you know, we don't recognize that shit in our culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We think prep's supposed to fix every fucking thing.
Exactly. And that's.
But medication don't fix it either.
It don't no, absolutely not, because it's only treating the symptoms. Number one, it's not treating the root, and the root is your emotions, right? So one of the things that, and that's, I love the fact that you just touched on that subject, because that's another thing I see in the church is that we always expect for God to just make some kind of bust a move or whatever, and he can. And deliverance is available when you do give your life over to Christ Jesus. And I do believe in that, and I do teach that. But I also talk about the fact that once you get delivered, now you got to walk through the deliverance, because your spirit gets delivered, but your soul does not, which is why I call my book Sis Heal Your Soul. It's not Sis Heal Your Spirit, it's Sis Heal Your Soul, because you have to have, your soul is the seat of your emotions. It's the seat of your mind. It's the seat of your emotions. So if you get delivered by your spirit, right, you're now a new man, is what the word of God says. But your soul still has to walk through it, because it's in this human body. It's in this experience that we're walking out on a day-to-day basis. So what happens is you have to now find a mental health coach, or find a counselor, find somebody that can navigate both your spirit and your soul.
Okay, but at the same time, though, I don't understand. It's hard to say they go one and the same. You feel me?
Why you say that?
Me personally, if you believe that medicine just gonna help this mental health person, you know what I'm saying?
But we're not talking about medicine.
No, I'm just saying. But that's what most therapists think.
Oh, okay.
They feel like the meds is what gonna not per se cure a person, but subside all the mental health issues that they have.
Right.
You feel me?
Right. But you can't.
So if it's like I told you earlier, you know, that tug of war shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
So now I'm playing tug of war with you telling me go to God and this person telling me take the meds.
Right.
Which one I'm gonna fall into?
So that's a really good point. I personally do not subscribe to medication. I don't think that, I mean, it depends on the case. So number one, as a psychologist, you don't prescribe medication. Medication is prescribed on a psychiatric level.
Yes,
so
true.
you actually have to be a doctor,
Yeah.
and a psychiatrist is like a doctor in order to prescribe medication.
Yeah, I know, because I deal with it with my job.
Corrections on,
Yeah,
right? Because you're in
of course.
corrections. So number one, when we're talking about mental health issues, it really depends on how severe it is. I always think that it's best for you to go get a evaluation to see where you are, because if you're dealing with things like schizophrenia or bipolarism and things like that, that's different. You are going to have a level of medication to control the hormonal imbalances.
Well, it's ways to control your hormones.
That's true.
You
There
just
are
listen.
natural ways. What?
Nothing.
What was that?
What other ways you talking about?
What
Al?
other way you talking about? Go ahead.
What other ways you talking about? I'm talking about
You
holistic.
control your hormone. You deal with your hormone, you go hunch. You ain't even thinking about shit no more.
Hey,
You be
but-
happy than a
I'm
motherfucker.
done.
Ain't I, Amy?
Man, listen.
done.
Hey, so
Just know I was thinking what you was thinking. I hear hormones. I think.
I thought the same
I-
thing, hunching.
I don't-
just
Are
automatically
we
went to-
ignorant? Like I don't know. Like I just
hormones.
I
you
hear
think-
hormones.
think
You know.
Oh, here
your
comes G.
mental. You think your overall well-being. That's hormones. Like
Right.
So when somebody say hormone, you pussy don't just pop up in your head?
nah, I think about.
Well, we different then.
pussy
G.
just pop up in your
'Cause
head.
when she said hormones, I seen a click.
I ain't gonna lie. Hormone. I just.
when I think of when I see the word hormones, I think about the mitochondria.
What the hell is that?
The
he pulled
powerhouse.
out-
of
That's
the
within the
cell.
cell,
Come on,
yes.
man, the powerhouse. of
This
the
boy
cell.
said mitochondria.
We ain't. Hey,
Oh,
listen.
he took it back.
Hey, hold on. First of all,
Science.
what spell that shit?
MITC.
Ain't no way he got that right.
DRANDA.
And what it do?
Can you can somebody Google that?
Yeah.
Of everybody's
Yeah,
cells.
yeah.
I
Come
feel
on.
like I'm gonna need to
Hey,
Google
Well,
that.
hey,
I
for
don't-
me,
I
the
cannot
powerhouse
spell
that
word.
pussy.
No, come on.
He's right. He's right this time. He's
Yeah.
completely right.
We got Doc O in the building.
No.
Well, my
So
mitochondrial
you
is
saying,
in
you
order,
saying that
and
sex fixes everything?
you know
me,
I don't
can't.
need.
I don't have no more problem when I fuck.
Lord have mercy.
I don't like
But then again, that's
Yeah.
that bill
no,
do
no, no, no,
fuck
no, no,
it.
no. But then again, maybe the woman that you're associated with, her hormone or her body is it balance, so it balances you out. If you get in some bad pussy per se, or somebody with bad hygiene, their bad hormones could affect you. Like you breathing in their air, you sleeping with them.
You gotta
Actually,
be
hold on.
First of all, you gotta be a bold
Wait.
motherfucker to sit there and get somebody some stinking ass coochie.
That's what I'm saying. Like you got it.
you
That's
just-
like,
shit.
that's
He
like
said that. He said that hygiene.
bad. Oh.
He said
I
hygiene.
said
Hygiene.
bad, like quote. I know this is you guys can't see, but I did a quote in there. Bad.
Hey, let me do it
listen.
for you.
No,
The-
but
Yeah.
you make a valid point
Yeah.
because actually sex is tied with your mental health because
right.
because when you lock in with somebody spiritually and your souls are intertwined, whatever they have going on actually
That shit is embedded in you.
Yes, it
Yes.
transfers.
for a
Also-
very
And
long
that's why
time.
that's another reason why we
Yeah.
have a lot of people that do have so many mental health issues.
Okay, so
because
but-
y'all keep slanging the penis,
Okay.
That's why. That's why you
opening it
have
up
to.
your,
But-
and busting it wide open.
Hey, but
Go ahead, G.
coach is also
Gotta
we're
slang it.
forgetting a bigger part too, like the platonic aspect of it, like your
Okay.
boys, your girls, like your
True.
dude coming around with like a bad attitude, your homegirl coming
That's
around with
right.
a bad attitude, and it's like
Exactly, that
It messes
energy.
up the room. Like
You know why they
even
come
for a
around with a
podcast-
bad attitude,
No,
though?
but the thing, even in the podcast studio, let's say we got somebody in here, like we had like situations where let's say somebody come in and they got like a bad day, like oh man, you good? Oh no, I'm all right, and it messes up the whole vibe
whole
of that
vibe.
person.
That because they not fucking.
No, but it's not. I'm just saying,
I
but that
can't.
messes up the whole chain of command. That O's kind of like trying to like flistered and bustered, and I'm like trying to get like, okay, let me get everything situated.
Right.
And then next thing you know, the whole team is not on one accord because of one person not being able to be an adult and handle their own shit, so they
Correct.
dump it on everybody else.
Correct.
And nobody fucking this person. But that just goes to show you how like that whole situation could fuck up everybody. And we
So
That's true.
So
It's a
G,
domino
G,
effect.
my question to you.
yeah.
So lack of sex don't make you angry?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna take it out on somebody because you didn't do nothing to me.
Man, listen, man, I go out the deep end when I don't get no coochie.
Lord.
I be
I think that's a deeper problem, pun intended. But
you think she can help me deal with that problem? She a life coach.
I don't know. You gotta ask her. She's right there.
I mean, she said you have to do an evaluation. So
How you
whatever that
evaluate
means.
Somebody that got a sex problem.
Well, there's ways because you have to again, and I feel like it's always tied back to your childhood. So we would have to probably go through whatever you went through in your past. Then I would be able to identify where that stems from. However, I can say that someone who is highly addicted to sex, like you are, would probably be
The hell?
would probably be suffering from a spirit of lust because I always say that things happen spiritually first before they happen naturally, before they happen in the physical realm.
But don't
That's
feel
one
bad,
thing-
Al, because we all got demons. She
Yeah.
said spiritual lust. That means that's one of your demons.
yeah,
But I don't lust. I don't just. I don't
That's
just look at a
lusting.
woman and say, "God damn, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of her. I'm gonna kill." You
But
know
if
what I'm
you
saying?
can't- if
I'm
you
gonna
do you
just sit there.
sexualize
If you
a woman
need-
though? Like
Yeah, you can.
no, I'm saying, but do you sexualize a woman? Like you just a person walks into a room, you're at Marshall's, do you sexualize her?
No, first of all,
Well, I'm
Hey,
curious.
G, what you mean by sexualizing?
like,
Having
do you-
sex in your head or something?
No, it's
What
like you
talking
see a woman like a cat walk in, like God damn, love her braids. Like you sexualize her. Like it can't just be wow, she has great braids.
you say, "Oh damn, she got a wagon."
about?
So
Man, why you gotta say it like that?
That means she
I
got a
got
ab
it.
back
She
there.
got a wagon.
You got a ab back there.
So, but no, seriously though, like,
No,
I
but
ain't
you
gonna
answer the
lie.
question.
clearly
Right.
he sexualized me when I walked
Exactly.
in.
No, I didn't.
I'm joking.
No, but do you
that's
fucking
cat. That's
it
cat
is what
admitted
it
she
is.
has a wagon though. She
got a
she
wagon.
knows she got a wagon.
So, but I'm
I
saying,
told him, I was like, it be,
Would you look
I
at
be
the
getting
fleas on
tired.
Fluffy?
I told him I be
Hey.
getting tired carrying this thing around, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
That-
You gotta let somebody else carry this.
You gotta let somebody else carry it.
Listen, no, seriously though,
gotta
I'm gonna tell you something. I can't even sleep with a motherfucker if I can't. The weird part about it is, I'm addicted. You know, I ain't. No, I'm not.
no, but you just said it right there. You can't sleep with them if you can't. I think
have an
that's
intellectual
consent.
conversation. If I
No,
can't
no,
have
but-
if I can't have an
You-
intellectual
just
conversation
because-
with you,
just
I'm like,
because-
she dumb. I can't.
But
fuck
just
her.
because
you know what I'm saying? I don't want to fuck dumb people.
But just because you like to be sexually stimulated first before you can actually be physically stimulated. My ex was
True.
like that. However, it doesn't mean that you're not suffering from a spirit of lust because that's all tied in to that spirit.
But the thing about it is, I know I want to hunt you, but then you go to saying stupid shit out your mouth, like, damn, this bitch dumb.
No, but then
don't
again,
even wanna-
vice versa. Like, what if the woman wants to hunt you, but then you started sexualizing her before y'all even had a conversation? Like, you brought up the wagon.
One thing I know,
She has a Volkswagen, but why you had to bring her Volkswagen, not her actual wagon? You know what I'm saying? Like, you sexualized her before even having an intellectual conversation.
Whose
with her.
side are
got
you
no-
on,
I'm just
G?
trying to
Like,
make
hold
sense.
on,
Thank
dog.
you, Amy. That.
Hold on.
Consistent
And
with
hold
my
on, hold on, hold on.
I
So,
feel
Coach
like you're on
Kathy,
my side. What's up?
for the audience, are you single?
Yes.
Okay. but
Currently.
Why
listen,
y'all sexualizing this young woman?
I'm not sexualizing that damn lady.
You trying to spin it on us?
You ain't trying to put that
trying
shit
to
on
spin
there.
it on us.
Listen, you can't help but to see that lady doggone booty, man. And then another doggone thing is, one thing I know about women, they know rather they'll fuck a nigga from the first time they see him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Without a doubt.
For sure.
Just looking at you, she know.
Trust me.
You know what that's
Get at
called?
these
You're
pussy.
putting you're projecting your sexual insecurity. Like
Right.
you think that everybody else.
My,
thinks
I ain't
gotta-
insecure about
gotta
myself. I'm
understand,
putting the bitch
but
down,
you're
boy.
projecting how you think sexually. Think that every
G,
woman think like
G, you
that.
gotta understand. We take what we can get. Females, they choose who they'll let take that.
Exactly.
don't know.
Exactly.
They
G.
know from the first
G,
time they
that's
meet.
true, though.
Okay,
I don't know.
I
don't know
get
about
to
that.
him.
I don't know.
Listen,
about
G.
Listen, G
A
is a
woman-
married man,
that.
guys.
Yeah, going on 13 years in May.
But I guarantee you, your wife knew she'll fuck you before she fucked you.
Right, big time.
I'm telling you, them women know rather they'll fuck you before they fuck you.
Hey, so since
They
we
know
getting
for the
dirty,
first time you open
So
up
they
to
miss Cleo.
G,
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's
G.
not
So
true.
since we getting
that
dirty,
ain't true.
It's not.
So you
Al,
wanna hunch me?
No.
Al,
I don't care.
But
Yeah.
not because it's I don't know you.
But I'm saying,
I
but,
don't know
Crazy,
you.
bro. It's guys.
That's
no, I'm
why.
just,
I just met you, dog.
but I'm telling you, women can look at a man and say,
No, sir.
"Yes, y'all do."
It's
You
deeper
just
than that.
saved, so you got me.
so you trying to
And
say
God protecting
okay?
you from
So
that
you
shit.
trying to say looking at Al, you won't
don't
fuck
put
Al?
me in that shit.
I can't. I don't know him.
Girl just
Okay.
said she went.
So
You just
all
trying
right,
to embarrass
all right.
me.
So let's move
That's
on.
what you
Let's move
doing.
on. Let's move
Your
on.
stupid
So
ass.
so the next segment we got the dirty laundry pick of the day. Hey, Amos, take it off.
All right, so look, check this out, because this is a real story,
Let's
guys.
get it.
Listen, this young woman, Katie, in Virginia, was adopted, and when she turned 18, got curious about her birth parents. She found them on social media, left home, and met them. After about 6 weeks, her biological father got in bed with her, and they had sex.
What?
The two of them began having an affair despite her father still being married to her biological mother and living together as a couple with children.
Oh my God, that's ugh.
But because
I'm immediately-
she was a legal adult and was consenting to the relationship, there was nothing she could do but leave. Eventually, the father instructs his other children to refer to Katie as their stepmother, even though she was actually their sister.
Oh hell no.
Soon, Katie's friends and family found out about what was going on, and of course, they disapproved of it. But they had no choice but to accept what she was doing. Before long, Katie got pregnant with her first child. Her father was the baby daddy. So her own baby was technically her half sibling. The wife called him hysterically. "Is Katie pregnant with your baby?" He replied, "I thought you knew we were in love." When the wife finds out, she calls the police because now they have legally committed incest, which is still a crime in Virginia. They're both arrested, a no contact order is in place, and when they got out, Katie sees the error of her ways and contacts her dad to end the relationship. The baby is ordered to be in the custody of the grandmother, also technically the great grandmother, and Katie moves back home with her adopted parents.
Oh my God.
After hearing the news, his daughter no longer wants to be in a sexual relationship with him. The dad finds Katie while she's riding around with her adopted father, empties a rifle into their truck, and kills them both. Just before this,
Caucasian.
he'd already gone to his mother's house and murdered their infant son. then left the body in the closet.
Phew.
After all this, he turned the gun on himself.
He
This is
should have
a real-
did that from the jump.
This is a real
You should have
story?
killed your damn self from the jump.
No.
Cause you nasty as hell.
This is a real story?
For fucking
This is
with
a
your
real
daughter.
story.
Hell no.
It's a real
Hey,
story.
but he should have killed himself from the jump. He should have, cause you nasty. And you fucking your daughter.
Your own dog.
What?
And you know you fucking your daughter. So why not go ahead and blow your own brains out anyway? You was wrong.
Oh
and
my
she
God.
nasty.
And then you nutted in your daughter.
Oh, man.
I'm just saying, keeping it real, he did.
But I think it's the part before that though. Oh,
You know
like,
what I'm saying?
the
Like,
fact
the
that
whole
he.
relationship.
Bro, you just.
Listen.
Listen, I need
Won't y'all just-
some
hold on.
feedback.
Hey,
Did
okay, I'm
he
gonna
know
give
that
you
was
my
his daughter?
feedback, Amos.
All right, go ahead.
Just leave well enough alone. Don't go searching for shit, cause then stupid shit like that happen, man.
No,
You
I
fucking
mean,
your fucking daddy, man.
No, I mean-
what so
But
when
that
you
doesn't
said
happen
when you
every
fuck
time.
when you fucking so she fucking her daddy and she said, "Oh, daddy." Literally that's her daddy.
Oh my god.
Dang, that's crazy.
That's crazy, right?
Y'all, I don't
about
think
that
y'all
shit,
understand
man.
how wild this story is. But
We
let's go.
listening to
Wow.
you.
We heard it.
Hold on. All right,
But
let's
okay,
do.
I'm gonna ask you this. So the father dead?
Yeah, he turned the
There
rifle
is-
on himself and
Katie
killed
dead?
himself.
Katie dead?
So
Katie gone.
Okay, good. I can say this shit then. They white.
Yeah, they white.
See, now you see why I act like I act.
Yo, boy, crazy.
It's the truth, man.
Oh, I need some feedback.
Like,
What's
that's
your
crazy,
feedback
man.
on that?
If I catch a black person hunching their daughter and then
Lord.
want to kill them by it, I'm gonna give you.
do you want me to attack this on a
So-
spiritual level or on a psychological
Well,
level?
Right.
we
Spiritually,
we
you know
want to
so-
save you.
so-
We want to save you after O.
So,
because I know
Amos.
you got something to say. So
Can you summarize it in like 20 seconds? Like again, like I don't understand. So she was living with her adopted parents.
Right.
How did she got back in touch with her?
I
She
guess
said
through
she Googled
social
them or-
media,
Right.
she was she got curious. She wanted to know who her biological parents was.
And so then when
she
they
found
met up,
out who her biological parents
Right.
was, left home from her adopted family to meet up with her
how did she go
biological
about?
parents.
First of all, how did she even know who to Google? You feel what I'm? Well, we know that ain't in detail enough. Well, I know you probably read the entire story. So did she knew from the jump that she was adopted?
She knew from the jump she was adopted. So, at a certain age, she just got curious. She wanted to know who her real parents was. She found out. She pulled up on them. Next thing you know, her and her
Her
real...
dad beat her back out. Damn, that's crazy, man.
that
Oh
is
my
crazy.
God.
What you,
Yo, bro.
That just sounds so disgusting.
G, talk to me, man. What's your opinion on this? What's your feedback, your take?
I think the world. I mean, this story is like kind of old. Like it has different instances. This thing has always kind of existed.
Yeah.
Like disgusting people are everywhere, and it's
Yeah.
like to do something like this willingly. It's. I don't feel bad for the father or the daughter. I feel bad for the child. Like the child.
The
has
child dead,
Wow.
G.
The child dead.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I feel sorry for the child. Like to be even exist under
You don't
those
think that child
circumstances.
came out retarded or something?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like the child can't do anything for
To change
him
it, can't.
to itself.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it sucks. Like when I
Hey, I'm gonna tell you some crazy shit, G. And I used to hear stories about this girl that I used to go to school with, that her dad and her mom was like sister and brother, or some shit like that. I can't say that I know for a fact that it was true, but in a sense of me, you know what I'm saying, hearing this shit and hearing that shit when we was in school, I kind of believe that shit probably happens. Happened to her because the girl was like, she was like smart as hell, like far as book work, but she had no fucking common sense. She looked it weird, and you know what I'm saying.
Like an introvert type vibes. Like she was just
Introvert.
like she was like kind of like closed off, like just to herself.
Pretty much, yeah. She was, yeah. She was. You gotta start using all them damn stupid ass words.
I'm sorry, I'm just
Say the bitch was a loner.
bro? Everybody knows
it's
introvert.
not. But
though.
no, honestly though, what it is,
I ain't white.
no,
Shit.
honestly,
Bro.
what it is, dog,
Ain't
is
about
just
it,
that I am so incredulous to this whole story.
Spell it. If you say that one more
Coach
time.
Kathy, can you please give us your feedback?
Yes. Abraham and Sarah from the Bible We're brothers and sisters.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we know that.
I just want to throw that out there. But
Hey,
I feel like if she fell in love with her father and her father permitted that, there had to be some kind of mental health stuff going on even before. They most likely did not tell us where their mental health was prior, because you can't tell me that a grown man who's married, has children, is going to leave his wife for his own biological daughter. There's something not right there.
exactly.
So either that was a demon and that was a spiritual thing that was happening, or they were both having some kind of psychological issue.
Of
Like
course,
where they would take their relationship as father and daughter and make that into a romantic relationship where they're actually having sex to produce a child. Like that to me is beyond, it's beyond illogical and unfathomable.
when he first started the story, like about her, I mean, when you get mid part of the story, you say, okay, they having sex and all this shit.
Right, like,
It
how
kind of
do you
made me
even
think
get
like
that?
the mommy and the daddy probably wasn't too fucking right from the jump. Well, of course they weren't right. They gave up their fucking child. So with that being said, I'm like, okay, maybe they got some,
But how do you
underlying shit that that a lot of people don't know about.
How do you go
You know what I'm saying?
how do you go from establishing a relationship with your daughter? Like, you have children, right?
Yeah.
Would you ever be able to see your child as that?
As what?
Hell no,
sexual?
he
Right,
a boy for
And,
one.
and the reason
And for
why I can
two,
speak on that
this-
too, because I have daughters, so
Right. So how would you feel me?
never.
Hey,
It's
so,
like
okay,
you
that-
looking
that'll-
at your
that'll be the
child
same-
sexually. That's
What?
crazy.
That'll be the same as if a uncle got like even me, like I got nieces and shit. I don't even let them sit on my fucking lap.
But
You know
see,
what I'm saying?
that's the point. It has to be a spiritual thing. That has to be some sort of demonic influence that came over both of them, because you can't tell me that. And to be honest, there's a lot of people that do go through that. Like anytime, we hear about it all the time. Somebody automatically or all of a sudden picks up a gun. There was a shooting out in Miami, and I remember the dude said, "I don't know what made me do it. Something a voice in my head told me to pick up this gun and just go up to this guy and randomly shoot him." And it was literally at a restaurant that I had just finished eating at. So I do believe that it's really a spiritual thing. And like I said, it derives from the energy, like G was saying. It derives from energy. We're literally energy. It's actually really funny that he talked about the mitochondria, because literally that's what our bodies are made of, is cells, molecular cells, that is made of energy. And when you're vibrating at a lower energy,
Speaking on my level right there.
right, where demons
How you
reside.
vibrate at a
She
lower
going
energy?
in. She going in.
She going in.
How you-
Hey,
how you
when
vibrate
she,
at a lower
bro,
Because
How you vibrate
Bro.
at a lower
have
energy?
you okay, let me ask you a
I
question.
believe in it.
Have you ever been in a place and you were good, but then all of a sudden your mood just changes and somebody walks in the room?
Yeah, because
You felt that? You felt
they
the
probably
shift?
said some stupid shit.
No, but you feel the shift even before they open their mouth.
Man, listen, right? That's just like that going the same with, you know what I'm saying, family members. I got a lot of family members that I be like, they come around and be like, man, I hate that bitch.
Coach Kathy, before we move on to the main set,
Okay.
who out of this story from what Amos read, who is the main issue in this whole story?
Kathy.
What'd you say?
I mean, not Kathy, Katie.
Katie. I wouldn't
Katie
say
is the problem.
I wouldn't say Katie is the problem. It was clearly her father. Because
Right.
because for me,
Exactly.
as a young girl,
Exactly.
you're for me, she was trying to find a bond,
Right.
and there had to be something
He took
that
advantage of.
he did to kind of
Okay.
influence her or take it there.
So yeah, let me tell you how I feel. Okay, so who's to say she didn't influence him? Okay, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Or persuaded him to go that route. You feel what I'm saying? Because at this point, she's a grown woman, right? She
She,
know
well,
what.
how old was she? 18?
Okay,
She turned 18.
okay. So at that point in her life, she know what she's attracted to.
Sir, you're 18 years old. Your brain doesn't even fully develop until 25.
But we think we know everything at 18 years old.
Sir,
We think we know everything at 18 years
it's
old.
a no for me.
But no, listen, Captain. So she know what she's attracted to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
There's no way you can know what you're attracted to at 18.
If she would have,
You don't even have enough life experience at 18.
I knew what the hell I
that's
liked
right.
at 18.
Has your likes changed since then?
Hell no.
So Al, so being that story was that crazy and off, so I think that can also lead us into the main topic.
I don't know whoever want to go first, but why do hurt people hurt people?
My whole thing is hurt people because we don't know how to forgive. And that takes me to scripture, 1 Corinthians 13, because scripture says that we are to, number one, forgive 70 times 7, and number two, it says 70 times 7, it says, and if you look at the amplified version of scripture, which is how I love it, it says love endures with patience and serenity. Love is kind and thoughtful and is not jealous or envious. Love does not brag and is not proud or arrogant. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not provoked nor overly sensitive and easily angered. It does not take into account a wrong endured. It does not take into account a wrong endured. It does not rejoice at injustice, but rejoices with the truth when right and truth prevail. Love bears all things, regardless of what comes, believes all things, looking for the best in each one, hopes all things, remaining steadfast during difficult times, endures all things without weakening. So when we take what love is supposed to be and we look at our relationships, none of us do that. We're always looking to point the blame at one another or at somebody else. We don't take accountability. We don't see the best in each other. And if somebody messes up, we're quick to cancel that person instead of fixing and fighting to fix that relationship.
Or sometimes you be loving just how you love it exactly how you supposed to, like the scriptures say, and then you be blinded by the bullshit because you love so fucking hard and so strong.
But the scripture says to be blinded by the BS.
But see,
like literally, it's telling you go ahead and be blinded by the BS because nobody's perfect.
I'm supposed to love your cheating dog ass.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
See, that. So I'm supposed to just accept the fact that you just fucking over me, and I love you.
No.
So I'm gonna be dumb as fuck.
There's accountability that happens, and that goes back to you and I's conversation. When you are true, when people are hurting you, you can hold them accountable. And the Bible does say that there are contingencies to where you could get divorced, which is infidelity, adultery, and so forth. But what I'm saying is, forget all that. Forget all that. I'm talking about just learning how to love people. We don't know how to love people. We don't truly love people. We see people and we discard them as soon as problems arise. And yes, there have literally been marriages where cheating happened and God restored them. This is how I'm gonna help you. Whenever you're going through those situations, you gotta ask yourself, am I being long-suffering? Because remember, love is long-suffering.
Exactly.
Right. If we go back to what I just read, it literally says that love is not overly sensitive and it's not self-seeking.
I'm gonna tell you something. I got this one friend. You know what I'm saying? I'll do anything for that motherfucker.
Okay.
And I feel like depending on the situation, they would do the same.
Mm-hmm.
They depending on the situation, they would do the same. But I know in my heart, like, God damn, man, I be doing too much for this motherfucker and to just keep getting nothing from nothing. You feel what I'm saying?
But that's you being self-seeking.
Okay. How?
Because love is not about what you can get from a person. Love is listen.
That's not what I mean.
Love is about you being able to just be loving towards the other individual, and it doesn't matter what they do back. It doesn't matter how they treat you back. That's the problem.
The struggle,
right? And that's the struggle that we have as human beings.
Yeah, we keep tabs for no reason.
We keep tabs.
No, but the crazy thing about it is,
let me help you solve that problem.
We keep it tab.
Let me
What happened, G? Go ahead,
But
G.
I'm still allowing this motherfucker.
You know what? I feel the same way, but you know what? I used to be Christian, right? I used to be Christian, but
Still
one
is.
thing that keeps me whole from like rebuttaling and taking revenge on people is like, damn, we fuck up on Christ all the damn time. Like what you're saying is, imagine look how many times you desecrated the cross, or how many times you broke the 10 Commandments, and God is like, yo, Bops, Al's a good dude, you know what I'm saying? Look at my hand.
ACG, that's what I'm saying. So this one person, just how God keep forgiving you, and I keep forgiving the bitch, and I be like, damn, why the fuck do I keep?
No, but that should make you realize, goddamn, how many times Jesus had to go to God and be like, damn, man.
I ain't Jesus or God.
You are. When Christ left earth, he said that you can do everything that I can do, and you can, and I'm gonna leave you a helpmate, which is the Holy Spirit. So the thing about the Bible is that we Christians are Christ-like. So you're supposed to be like Christ.
So being that I'm supposed to be like Christ, I'm tired of forgiving that bitch.
So Amos,
and
you know what?
Know that he can. You know who I'm talking about.
You know what? It's a lot of ways this conversation could go, but it's something that it's still playing back in my head that you said, Coach Kathy, that I kind of want to share a light on, because I feel like, dealing with just, I just feel like this is going to be for the viewers. This is going to be for the listeners, right? So let me ask you this. You did mention that one of the things that you dealt with your marriage, right, was physical abuse.
Correct.
So, and this is not to, shine a light on that, but it's more like, first of all, how bad did the domestic violence get? And second question to that, the follow-up question to that is this. What advice do you have for women that are probably still currently dealing with that type of situation, and they just don't know how to leave?
Yeah,
right.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It got really bad. The first time he put his hands on me, we were arguing over something stupid. I didn't have a knife. No, I was kidding. I'm joking. No, but the first time he put his hands on me, we were just arguing over something stupid, and I got out of we were in the shower, arguing in the shower, got out the shower, I put my towel on, and I knew that he cared more about his stuff, his material things, than me. So I was like, all right, I know this about him.
He got to be, because you just get out of the shower, water dripping all over your wagon and shit like that. And he worried about, he want to fight now? That's the last thing I'm thinking about, putting my hand. I'm going to put my hand.
He cared more about his stuff than he did me. So I grabbed his soda cans and I start throwing them on the ground.
Soda cans?
Soda cans. I grabbed the soda cans. That's all I grabbed.
¿Qué pasó?
What
It was soda cans.
Soda cans?
Because he cared about stuff like that. So,
collectible soda cans?
No, it was just stuff that he drank. Like literally drinking a soda.
I thought you were going to say like collectibles.
What
like
kind-
Right,
collectibles.
you
kind of
thought,
soda
right?
was?
Did it have soda in the can?
That's how meaningless the stuff that he cared about
So
was.
what kind of soda it was?
A Sprite or Coca-Cola?
So
Motherfucker
here's the
love
thing,
Sprite that much, they don't care about you.
and respectfully, we know where
Exactly.
this is going. I'm
That's
just trying
the
to
point
figure
that
out
I'm making.
what's so special about these cans that he's going to escalate and harm.
That motherfucker must make him whole.
Like,
That's the point that I'm getting
Yeah,
at.
she's trying to tell you that it's meaningless.
That's
like,
how
it's that meaningless.
the things that he cared about were over me. So I'm throwing this on the ground, and the nigga literally gets up and shoves me. And he shoves me to the point where my towel falls off, and he keeps shoving me. He's stupid. He keeps shoving me almost until
That boy said, "You heard it, G." Oh boy, said,
I just want Coach Kathy to get through her story.
Listen,
Can we just get through the
I
story?
did not.
Sexualize her,
I
man.
did not mean
Come
that
on.
like that. I did not mean that shit
that
that
boy
way.
said, "Ooh."
No.
Go ahead, Kathy.
Y'all gonna have me. Y'all just trying to make me the bad person. I did not say that shit
I'm like
that.
butt booty naked, and the man
Oh.
is
Yo, Al, we need 5.
You know what? Maybe Coach Kathy's kind of throwing trigger words out. All right, so look, he shoved you.
Anyway, he shoves me, and to the point where he
It's
was
good.
going to shove me out of the apartment. I didn't make it because he ended up shoving me for the third time so hard that I slid across the ground. Blood was all over me.
Oh,
I hit my
man.
head against this concrete pillar, and now I'm in shock. I couldn't believe what happened. I was like, hell no, I'm not going through this. I've seen my family go through this. I'm leaving. And then
Right.
I get a panic attack.
You one of the smart ones.
I get a panic attack, and I can't. I don't leave. And then he starts groveling. He's like, I'm sorry. Look, I'm crying. Look, I never cry. So
Crocodile too.
so I buy into that, obviously because
You're
I'm in
bleeding.
love. Right. I'm bleeding, and I have a panic attack. And I buy into him telling me, feeling sorry for him because he's like, look, I'm crying. I've never cried before.
Why you gotta tell me to look? I'm crying and I can see you
What was
crying.
that?
Right.
So that shit was fake.
Exactly. It was. But I bought into it at that time. So I stay. And the second time was he sprained the tendon in my left arm when we were arguing over his laptop because I had purchased it for him with my credit card, but then I didn't know he took it back and bought it under his business card or whatever. So
What
we were
type of foul?
we were arguing over that, and he was snatching it from me, trying to, take it from me or whatever. Because I was like, I'm gonna throw this on the ground.
So you started that shit though.
I
Yeah, you did.
start
you
it,
started.
yes, but it wasn't to the point where he had to shove
Be a bitch. Basically,
Anyways,
he was a bitch.
so that happened. So for me, I wish that even before all of that, I'm going to talk about the love bombing stage of trauma or the love bombing stage of a narcissist.
Before you get into that, Kathy, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Did he show any signs of being abusive before you?
Yeah,
even
no,
married
that's
him?
what I'm trying to get to.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk about, a narcissist. And one of the things that they do at the beginning is love bombing.
Mm-hmm.
Love bombing is where they start showering you with a bunch of affection. Like at the beginning, he was running a hot bath for me after work with rose petals. He was making me lunches with little love notes written on top of it.
So once he got you, he didn't continue with the bullshit.
So after 30 days,
He got you
literally after 30
He got you
days
now.
of the love bombing, then something happened. I think what triggered him was that I still had dudes messaging my phone, and I was cutting them off as things were progressing.
Right.
And he saw that in my iPad because I left it at his crib. So now he's looking at me like, oh, this chick is playing me. She's cheating on me, whatever, which I was not. But he was looking at it like that. So now his behavior, his whole demeanor, his whole attitude towards me completely changed. Then all of a sudden he started cussing me out, started calling me out of my name, started throwing me out of the apartment, started doing all these things. And it was literally 30 days after we had gone through the love bombing stage. So another thing that happens with a narcissist is that they switch. Like any little thing can literally switch their behavior where they just don't even mess
and
with you like
everyone
that.
else is at fault.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so I would suggest for anyone that is currently going through a relationship where you may be experiencing something like that with a narcissist, or you're going through any type of physical, mental, verbal abuse, leave.
But
It's not going to get better because, unfortunately, and this was my thinking, that I could love him whole. That was my thinking. I thought that I could love him to life. One of the things that happened to me after I finally did leave, I developed PTSD from all of it.
yeah.
And one of the things that happens with PTSD, as you know, with veterans, is that they have what's called racing thoughts or negative thoughts that just keep replaying over and over and over.
Basically overthinking.
I wouldn't say overthinking. It's more so like literally the thoughts are coming from a trigger, and then your brain is wired to have those thoughts just replay. Like it's like replaying in your brain. And so I didn't realize for me that I needed to come out of agreement with everything that my ex-husband ever said to me, because one of the things that I did go through also was the verbal abuse after he started mistreating me. It wasn't just him calling me out of my name, but now it's him telling me he didn't like the way that I looked in certain clothing. Him telling me that one day I had gone to dinner with my family and he saw me wearing an outfit. He was like, if you walked into a restaurant and I was there, I would throw up. He would say stuff like that to me.
Wow.
What would make him throw up?
Because of what I was wearing. Because I wasn't physically his type. Like I'm curvy.
Get out of here.
And I was not physically his type because his ex-girlfriend was way smaller than me. She was more petite.
So the relationship started on the pretense that you weren't enough for him.
Correct.
Wow. Why would you ever tell somebody that?
Right.
That's insane. Like,
Right.
oh yeah, you ain't my type, but you know
no matter what, I
can't.
can't. You know what? And it's been a lot of times where a motherfucker just wasn't my type, and I still couldn't tell him that maliciously, just like, you make me want to throw up. I can't do
he
that.
said that to me. He was like, I would
You
throw
don't make
up.
me want to throw up.
Coach Kathy, how can people get in contact with you? How can
There
they
we
find
go.
you?
You can get in contact with me by visiting my website, www.sissecurethebag.com. Also,
Instagram.
you can, on Instagram at Coach Kathy with a K, Cardona, Cardona. And you can also find me on Facebook as Catherine Cardona. And you can also text my number 772-979-7683.
And new name coming soon,
What?
Kathy with the wagon.